Hey Flosstube, this is Lisha, the Southern Ladybug, and this is my very first Flosstube video. I'm here to introduce myself and show you a few things that I have been up to lately. I live in South Mississippi. I am married. My husband is career military. He just retired a few years ago after 31 years of service and one tour in Afghanistan. We have no kids, but 2 dogs, Sam the Great Dane and Honey, just a smaller mixed breed dog. They'll probably make their debut at some point. They're pretty nosy, so they'll come see what I'm doing. I am an athletic trainer by trade, and I work in a orthopedic clinic doing all the bracing and casting. I did work at a high school through the clinic as an outreach athletic trainer and took care of all of those athletes. But I'm kind of got tired of nights and weekends and travel and being everywhere with everybody. So I moved into the clinic full time, and I do all the bracing and casting for the department for all the doctors. We've got 7 doctors and a nurse practitioner, something like that. I don't know, they all run together. It's a lot. I have pretty good job security. There is no shortage of people doing stupid stuff and getting hurt, but there's also a lot of people who just do everyday stuff and it just didn't work out today. So if you have to see me, you've had a really bad day. I do like what I do though. It's fun, and I try to make my patients feel as comfortable as possible because their world just turned upside down. But they do all right. I do a lot of different crafts. I stitch. I've probably done that the longest. I learned to do that when I was very young. I remember my uncle's girlfriend, I don't remember her name, Diane maybe, I don't remember. When I was probably 8, 9 years old maybe, she taught me how to cross stitch, and I've been doing it ever since. I remember in junior high and high school, I would take a stitching piece to school with me and stitch on it during study hall. I never had any homework or anything to do, so I would sit and do that during study hall. And I remember when I was real young, entering a piece in the fair, the parish fair. I'm from Louisiana, born and raised in North Louisiana, so we have parishes, the parish fair. And I won a ribbon for it. One day I'm going to dig that out and I'll show y'all what it was. It was one of those printed cross stitch pieces. It wasn't counted on Ada or anything. It was a printed piece, and I won a ribbon for that. I don't know where that is. I got to find that. That's my earliest experience with cross stitch. But ever since then, I've always been real crafty. I like to make stuff. I like to do stuff myself. Most of my crafts have come out of necessity. I can't find what I'm looking for, what I want, and so I just make it myself. I've done rubber stamping, card making, dabbled in a little paper quilling. I do a lot of beading, crochet. I know how to knit. I just don't like it. I'm not very good at it. I'd rather crochet. It goes a lot faster. I love the look of knit though. It's much prettier and nicer, but I like crochet. And then cross stitch is probably my greatest love, and I just don't get to do it as much lately. I've been caught up doing crochet. I have an Etsy store called the Southern Ladybug and a Facebook page, and I'm on Instagram, so y'all look me up and follow me. But I've been really busy with a lot of crochet orders, so I haven't had a lot of time to stitch. This video, my channel should probably be called Flosstube / YarnTube. I've done a lot of crochet projects lately, and that's almost all I have to show y'all. I have a few cross stitch pieces that I'm working on, and I'll show y'all some previous finishes. Over the next few videos, I'll kind of space that out, but I got a lot of crochet stuff going on too. So I hope y'all don't mind taking a peek at that. And some of my beading that I do. I make scissor fobs, and I've got some ideas for some needle minders and things like that, and some bracelets I've done. I don't know. I just dabble in stuff. I'll show y'all a couple of finished crochet pieces that I have because they haven't been delivered yet, but most of the time they're done and out the door as soon as possible. But the first one I did is this cute little giraffe. He's a cuddle buddy, and it is the softest yarn ever. It's chenille yarn by Premier Parfait, and he's so soft. And they're big. They're like child size. He's pretty big and just so soft. The other guys that I finished last night, I'm going to deliver those this weekend, but we've got triplets. Triplet unicorns. Some have blue feet, some have purple feet. But I finished those up last night. Aren't they fun? So soft. I love them. I had one girl at work ask me to make a cow for her nephew, I think, that likes cows. And so I made that and posted it, and everybody just fell in love with it. Ooh, I need a cow. Ooh, what else you got? And so I had shared some other patterns and pictures that I have, and like, ooh, I want a giraffe. Ooh, I want a rooster. I want a horse. I want a pig. Hey, can you do a dinosaur? And it's just gone on and on and on. This started back in June, and it has been nonstop since then. People are just coming up with crazy stuff. Can you do an octopus? I need an octopus. Okay, yeah, I can do that. The craziest thing I've been asked for was a squid in tie-dye. Okay, yeah, sure. I found a pattern. It was fine, but I could not find any yarn to save my life that really looked tie-dye. It was tie-dye colors, but it was going to be real stripy, and I didn't want that. I knew that's not what I wanted. So I ended up crocheting it in white cotton and then actually tie-dyeing the piece and stuffing it and sewing it together. It turned out really good. I'll try to insert a picture here or at the end or something if I can figure out how to do that. I don't know. I actually did make a video of that, so if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to find it, and you can watch that. But it turned out really good. She was really pleased with it. But again, that's one of those things that I end up doing is out of necessity because I can't find what I'm looking for. So I just make it. What else? What else about me? I don't know. That's about it. I craft. I can cook. I don't really like to. I don't like to plan my meals. I have a problem with that. I like fast cars. I drive a truck. That's about all you need to know. And we love our puppies. My husband now, he's retired military, but now he works for the State Forestry Commission. So he's out in the woods all the time and is loving that. They put fires out. He's a wildland firefighter, and he's having a blast with that. Sometimes they start fires, sometimes they put them out. Forestry management, you know. I'm going to start with, let's get on to the cross stitch because that's what you're here for. I'm going to start by showing you a previous finish that I have because it's Christmas. I'm trying to get in the Christmas spirit. I've got my t-shirt on. Silly Santa, Christmas is for Jesus. It's hard to get in the Christmas spirit in South Mississippi. It was 80 degrees yesterday. So hot. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler this week, maybe. We did have some freezing weather a few weeks ago, which was kind of odd. It was very early November, and it usually doesn't get really cold here until January, February. So that was kind of strange, but then Typical Mississippi, it's back up to 80 degrees. It fluctuates back and forth the whole time. Last year we had some snow in December. That blew us away. We had like 2 different snow ice storms here in Mississippi. And when I say ice storm, we had like, you know, 2 inches, 3 inches. It wasn't much, but it's enough to shut us down. We had 2 snow days where we got off work, so that was fun. That's not usually what we have. So trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I haven't gotten any of my Christmas decorating done yet, but hopefully the next few days and this weekend we'll be able to get on that. If it's not, it rains a lot, so it's hard to get out there and get things done, but we'll get it done. These are, what I'm going to show you is the Christmas Eve Couriers set by Nora Corbett, and it's a set of reindeer. I love Nora Corbett and Mirabilia patterns. I don't do a ton of them because pixies and mermaids aren't really my thing, but they're so pretty. And I love beading, and I love sparkly stuff. So this is, I don't know, this is probably my pride and joy. This is the biggest, not the biggest thing I've done, but it took me 10 years to get all these done. It's my longest project to finish. I finally finished them last December and then fully finished them into flat folds in January. So they weren't ready to go last Christmas, but they are this Christmas. So I'm going to get them out and put them on my mantle. And if I can figure out how to do that, I will put a picture of that when I get them up too. You know Dasher. This is on probably a 32 count white opalescent Lugana, maybe. I don't know. Y'all are going to get mad at me because I don't know what fabric anything is. Most things come from my stash, and I've had this for 10 years. So I don't know what it is. Dancer. But these guys are so pretty. I love all the beading and the sparkle and the Krynic. I love doing that. I changed a lot of the colors. I didn't like, all the ribbons and stuff were kind of pink. This is Prancer. And I didn't really like that, so I changed them more to a red. And I used a variegated red, so I wouldn't have to change color all that time. And I used a variegated green for the trees and stuff. He's got some whisper for his tail. That's fun. But all the beads. Vixen. I did them all as flat folds, courtesy of the Vana tutorial. I used this kind of pinecone fabric that's got some sparkle to it too. Can never have too much sparkle. Comet. And I stitched their name at the bottom. Cupid. That wasn't in the pattern, but I charted all their names and stitched it. It took forever for me to decide how to do these, how to finish them. Donner. I originally thought I was going to frame them and put them on the wall, but there's not many ideas out there. There haven't been very many people post the whole series that they did. Donner. And Blitzen. I made my own cording. Took a lot of DMC for that. And you know Rudolph. these Mill Hill treasures. Beads. I love to bead. I stitch in hand, so I bead as I go. I don't like to, I feel like I have to stitch it twice if I go back, mainly because usually the bead is put on with the color that's right next to it, so why not just stitch the bead on as you go? The last one in the series is Santa's Sleigh, and I have not finished it. Almost. I got a good bit done. But I bought enough fabric when I bought the thing to do it all. That's it. Some other, I do have a few other whips. They're technically whips, but I don't have any kind of rotation or anything like that. I'm usually a one start, one finish kind of girl. All you people who have these hundreds of whips and work on them in rotation just kind of give me anxiety and give me heart palpitations. My friend Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche, she has a very organized and humongous rotation and so many whips, and I just don't understand it. I give her a hard time all the time, but it's just in fun. She gets a whole lot more finished than I do, so I can't say anything. I started, usually I'll start something and work on it. Usually I do finish it before I start something else, but sometimes other things come up, other occasions come up, a gift comes up that I want to do for somebody, and so I'll put it aside and work on that. Or the season ends and I want to start a Christmas piece, or I'm tired of Christmas and want to do something springy, something like that. So that's pretty much the case with the rest of these whips. I've had this pattern for a long time. It's Country Cottage Needleworks Bless Our Home. And when Priscilla and Chelsea did announced their stitch along, I was like, hey, I have that. I'm going to start that. Well, I started it all right. I got the house done. But I felt guilty. I feel guilty working on something else when I haven't started. I feel guilty starting something new when I haven't finished what I was working on. I don't like doing that. I love Mill Hill kits. They're probably one of my favorite things to do. Again, because of the beading. I love that. I do a lot of the button and bead kits, a lot of the Christmas stuff. This is a Mill Hill Sticks kit. Love Me, Love My Dog. I love my puppies. I'm a crazy dog lady. I had like 5 dogs at one time. That's too many in case anybody asks. We've rescued everything, everybody that we've had. I don't have very much done on that one. Country Cottage Needleworks. Put a little spring in your step. This was one of those, ooh, that's cute. I need something springy to do. So I started it. I didn't get very far. We had 5 dogs at one time. 2 of them were Great Danes. I should say 4.5. One of them was a little tiny beagle that we rescued out at the lake. But we had 2 Great Danes. We have Sam, he's a black Dane, and we had Jake, a big, beautiful blue Dane, the gray colored Danes. We lost him a little over a year ago to cancer, but he was an awesome puppy. And we have little Honey. She's a mixed breed. I have no idea what she is. About an 80-pound mutt, but she's a sweetie pie. She's 14 years old this week, I think. 14. And we had a Border Collie. We've had a German Shepherd. I think that's it. we've had a lot. The last one that I have going on is Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studio. I fell in love with this. I'm not a sampler kind of girl. I don't ever do samplers. I think they're beautiful. They're just not my thing. And I fell in love with this one. I was like, oh, I got to do that. You know, kind of the patriotic thing. I'm pretty patriotic. I like all that kind of stuff. And I started it. I don't have very much done yet. One little corner of it. But I'm not liking it. I did it on 40 count. That's the first time I've ever done 40 count. And I'm having a really hard time seeing it. Even with, I even tried some glasses, some little readers, and I can see it better, but I'm having a hard time with it. And on top of that, I started it different than I normally stitch. Apparently I stitch backwards. I usually start in the middle and work my way out for one thing, but I also start my X in the bottom right corner and go up. And everybody else I know starts in the bottom or starts the other way. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I should do that. And so I started up here in this top corner, and it's just backwards. It's just not, it doesn't flow for me. I'm having a lot of trouble with this. So I don't know why I did that, but I think I'm going to scrap it. I don't like the fabric. I don't like how I'm stitching it, and I haven't got very much done. So I think I'm just going to scrap it, find some new fabric, and start over. I've never done that before, but I haven't come back to this because of that. I just don't like the way it's going, but it's going to be so pretty. I love it. I've been seeing everybody starting to finish it up in the crochet stitch along group on Facebook that I think Blitz Stitch started. He finished his. This has been going on a year, and I'm seeing everybody starting to finish it, and I'm feeling left out again. So I got to get back. I got to get back to it. I've given myself. I've had so much crocheting to do, and I haven't been able to stitch because I feel guilty doing that when I have all these orders I need to get out, and I'm so very, very far behind. I had a few that needed to be done by Christmas, but everybody else I told it's going to be after the first of the year. I can't get to it right now, but I feel guilty stitching or doing other projects when I have all these orders hanging over my head. But I have given myself permission. I channeled my inner Jennifer from Jen Stitching Niche to give myself permission to stitch the last 30 minutes before I go to bed at night. I can put maybe 10 stitches in, maybe more, but that's more than I had done before. So every night I try to put a few little stitches in, and it'll eventually get done. And hopefully I can get caught up enough to where I can maybe take a day off of crocheting every week and just do nothing but stitching. So with that said, I don't know if I'll get another video done, when I'll get another video done. It may be some crocheting to show you. I hope you don't mind some of the other things I do. Next time I'll show you some of the scissor fobs I do and some of the bracelets I do. I am going to take today off since I got all these unicorns done and make some more scissor fobs for my shop. I've got some ideas, some new mediums that I want to try, alcohol ink, and I think they're going to be really cool. So I'm going to work on that today. Got to clean off my space and get all this out of the way so I can make a mess. But I'm going to get some beading stuff done today. Something else I'm into, I listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks while I stitch and crochet. I don't really like to read too much. I'm a slow reader and I don't comprehend very well. So I would rather somebody just read me a story and I can stitch while I'm listening. You know, double task. If y'all want some good ideas on books to read, good reviews, go to on Instagram Southern Fried Book Reviews. My girls Shelby and Paige will not let you down. They'll give you some really good recommendations if you're looking for something good to read. The most recent thing I finished was called The Last Time I Lied by Riley Seeger. That was pretty intense, and I didn't see the ending coming for that at all. So it was pretty cool. But I do like to listen to audiobooks, and I'll listen to Flosstube. I get a little distracted though, because I got to look over and see what everybody's doing. So I don't get as much done when I watch Flosstube. But I love watching everybody's stuff, and I keep a little notepad beside me so I can write down things that I want. My local needlework shop is Jen Stitching Niche. You can find her on Etsy, but she just lives in the next town, and we get together all the time. So if there's something I want, I just make a list and give it to her and say, hey, I need these things, and she'll order them up for me if she doesn't already have them. I think that's it for now. This is a good first video. I'll show y'all more stuff, more previous finishes that I did, and if you don't mind, some of the crocheting and beading stuff that I do. But I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe and you come hang out with me again later. Feel free to leave nice comments only. No negative comments. They hurt my feelings. Like my mama said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But y'all have a great day and happy stitching. Bye.